everyone, welcome back to Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Today's video is all about BookTube Spin number 5. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name's Alice and I have way too many books. So today I was going to be putting out my top 10 of 2021 video, then I saw that it was time for the next BookTube Spin, so I decided to move that to the end of the week, and today I'm bringing you my list for BookTube Spin number 5. So if you're not sure what BookTube Spin is, it's hosted by Rick MacDonnell, and I'll link his channel in the description down below. And the idea of BookTube Spin is that it helps you to pick a random book from your TBR to read. So what you do is you put together a list of 20 books to choose from, number them 1 to 20. You share that list here on BookTube or on Bookstagram or wherever you normally share things. And then I believe it's this Friday, Rick will be doing the BookTube Spin, and it will select a random number and you read that book. So I believe Rick is doing 2 spins, and last time in BookTube Spin number 4 I did read both of the books that were selected for me, which was The Day of the Triffids, which I loved, and The A to Z of Everything, which I unexpectedly really liked. So the BookTube Spin has been good to me so far, but that was my first time. So this is my second time, and what I thought I would do for my list of 20 this time is to first of all include all of the books that have been on TBRs so far on BookTube that I haven't read yet, and that takes up 11 spaces on this list. I've also included some books that I got for Christmas, and the final few spaces were taken by books that I randomly scrolled through my Goodreads giant bookshelf TBR, and these are the ones that I got. So it's already a bit random. We'll see what number comes up on Friday, and let me share with you my list of 20 books. So book number 1 is Bulldog Drummond by Sapper. This is a veteran of last time's BookTube Spin, and it's also a veteran of the TBR. It was shown in my May TBR, my very first TBR on BookTube, and this was the only book I didn't read from the TBR that month. The second book was on my June TBR last year, which means it's one of the longest serving books on my TBR full stop. I've had this for more than 13 years, and this is The Business of Dying by Simon Kernick, which is, I think, a thriller about a detective who's earning money on the side. Book number 3 was also on that June TBR, and that is Alone by Lisa Gardner. Book number 4 is Life Expectancy by Dean Koontz, another book that was on the June TBR. I think I also put this on BookTube Spin list number 4, and I still haven't read it. This sounds like a very strange book, and I'm very interested to read it, but it's never come up yet. Number 5 on the list, and I'm about to jinx this because this is probably the one I would like to read least, but I've included it in the interest of honesty because this was on my June TBR. I didn't read it. It's very heavy, and it's The Stories of English by David Crystal. So, as my luck will probably have it, number 5 will probably come up, and I will slog through probably the longest non-fiction that's on my list. I do still want to read it, but I don't really want to read it right now, so it's bound to come up. I've now read all of the books I showed for August, September and October, I do believe, so this was from November. It was the only book left over that month, and it's short stories about Jack Reacher. It's called No Middle Name, and it's by Lee Child. That's book number 6 on the list. Book number 7 is going to be The Last Detective by Robert Craze. We're now into my leftovers from my Cloak and Dagger Christmas TBR, which was way too long, and therefore I've got quite a few books left from it. So this is at number 7. 8 is an Agatha Christie that I've not actually read yet, which is The Mousetrap and Other Plays, and this one contains And Then There Were None, Appointment with Death, The Hollow and The Mousetrap. So that is at number 8. Number 9 on the list is one I really want to read, and I was thinking of sneaking into January, but we'll see. is My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. You voted for this to be on my end of the year TBR and I didn't manage to get to it. Book number 10 is Wash This Blood Clean From My Hands by Fred Vargas. This is a translated crime. I think this is translated from French, and it's about some stabbings with a trident, which sounds very gruesome. Number 11, the final leftover from a TBR, is Unnatural Death by Dorothy L. Sayers, and this is a Lord Peter Wimsey mystery. Next, we're coming on to books I got for Christmas, and you'll know I was really excited about these and desperate to read them. So we have Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. And I would really love to read this. This has been, although I haven't physically owned it, this has been on my TBR for absolutely years. I am longing to read this. At number 13, we have Murder Isn't Easy by Carla Valentine, a book all about the forensics of Agatha Christie. And at number 14, we have Murder in the Crooked House by Soji Shimada. This is a Honkaku book from Japan, and it's a locked room mystery, so I'm really looking forward to that one. And now we have the random picks that I selected by scrolling violently through my Goodreads list of my entire TBR. So we have Birdman by Mo Hader. This is supposed to be extremely gruesome. It's about a detective in London and some ritualistic murders, so it sounds quite violent. At number 16, we have Hot Money by Dick Francis. If you've seen my entire TBR, there are a lot of Dick Francis books left to get through on it, and I would love to get to one soon, so Hot Money has ended up at number 16 on this list. Oh, this one's about a guy whose latest wife has been brutally murdered, and the clues suggest that the killer comes from close to home. Next we have number 17, Missing You by Harlan Coben, another author who I have several books on my TBR, and this one is about an NYPD detective called Kat Donovan and a mysterious dating profile, I believe. Another non-fiction is in at number 18. I've had this book since I was training to be a teacher, so that is a long time now. And that is The Story of Childhood Growing Up in Modern Britain by Libby Brooks. I really should have read that by now. And number 19, we have Minority Report by Philip K. Dick. One of very few sci-fi books on my giant TBR. Interested to read this at some point. And at number 20, the final book is What to Do When Someone Dies by Nikki French, another author who I've got multiple books of on my giant TBR. This is about Ellie Faulkner, whose husband Greg has died in a car crash, and then she finds herself being asked about a mysterious woman who was in the passenger seat of his car. So I think this is partly about grief and partly about Ellie deciding to investigate what was going on. So that is my 20 books for BookTube Spin number 5. We will find out the results on Friday, and I'll let you know in a future video which books were chosen and whether I'm excited about that. Do let me know in the comments down below, have you read any of these books? Do you think I should prioritise any of them? Or let me know what you would put on your list for the BookTube Spin. I'm really looking forward to finding out what comes up. That's about it for today, so if you've enjoyed this video, I hope you will give it a like. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I hope you'll all join me again soon for another video all about books here on Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Bye for now.